Okay. Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I'm really excited because we're getting ready to do more and more Zooms. And this one I'm really, really pumped for. So welcome to the Health and Fitness for Beginners Zoom. So I'm really excited. So I'm going to start tonight with a little bit of basic nutrition, and then I'm going to pass it off to Sarah, and she is going to talk about meal prepping. And because she's amazing at it, I always see her stories and she always does an amazing job with it. And I'm always like, what is she doing? I need to know it all. And I love following her for her meal prep. And then we have Casey, who is crazy about her workouts and she loves working out, and she is consistent and amazing and very inspiring, and you're going to love all the information that you get from her. So let's get started. Okay. So nutrition, guys. So we have we have the best supplements, and we have all the things that we need for our body to be balanced, to feel good. Like, we talk about this, we preach it, making sure our gut is healthy, gut health, all the things. But then there is something else that we need to plug into our regimen, and making sure that we are doing our part, because Plexus is the best tool. It is a tool, but we still have to go the extra step and making sure that we're utilizing it the best way by making sure that we are getting in the proper nutrition. So let's talk a little bit about macros and just basics of food nutrition. So nutrition is amazing. So I want you guys to dial it back a little bit, because I remember when I first started talking about nutrition, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so complicated. I have to know my BMI and I have to know all this. No, you don't. No, you don't. Let's just break it down. Nutrition, the macros part is just fats, proteins, and carbs. So you just want to break your day up into your calorie intake. So I sent a link earlier on how to calculate the calories that you need. And then from there, you want to break it up into 3 different categories, and your fats, your carbs, and your protein intake based off of that calorie intake. If you do this, it is so much easier figuring out what you need, how much of it you need, how often you need it. And it's just so much easier. I'm going to mute some people. Let's see. Okay. All right. So once you guys figure out your calorie intake, everybody is different. What I need is different than Casey, different than Sarah. So you can't just say, oh, I know I need 2,000 calories. We all have different lifestyles. We all have different activity levels. Some people exercise, some people don't. Some people sit in an office all day, and some people are up chasing their kids around all day. So we're all different. Your calorie intake is not the same number for every person. So figure out your calorie intake based off of your age, your gender, all the things. Once you figure that out, what you want to do is break up your numbers. So a good standard number would be taking your calorie intake, and 35% of that would be your carb intake. 35% of that would also be your fats. So 35 carbs and 35% fats. And then the remaining 30% will be protein intake. If you guys do this and start focusing on just getting in the good nutrition part of it, I guarantee you'll feel so much better. You're going to have more energy. And it's literally just the basics of just your nutrition. Some tips, some things that I've learned. So some of you know, I have been getting certified to be a food nutritionist. And some things I've learned is that not many of us get the proper amount of protein that we need in a day. And when we don't get enough protein in the day, our cells literally cannot duplicate. We literally are just not doing our best to fuel our body. So some things for you to kind of change your mindset is you need protein, lots and lots of protein. Some good sources of protein are fish, low fat meats such as turkey and chicken. Try to stay away from the red meat because those are more fatty. So chicken, beans, nuts, and seeds. Those are things that you can grab every day and eat. They're healthy for you. And you guys can make them. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Casey?
Is it 35 fats and 35 carbs, or is it 35 protein?
35% carbs and 35% fats, and then 30% protein. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry. So yeah, high protein, you guys need more protein. And I think something as women specifically, we forget that and we don't get enough of that because I'm not even sure. I can tell you, since I've been trying to better myself with nutrition, I definitely did not get enough protein. I was getting maybe half of what I required. So, based off of my numbers, I'm just using my numbers specifically. So, whenever you guys go to calculate your calorie intake, for mine, for example, they originally told me, like, because of my activity level, it should have been around 2,000 calories. But if you want to lose weight, meaning you want to lose fat, you should be in a calorie deficit, meaning that you need to take away calories from that given calorie amount. So I took away 400 calories. Okay. If you want to be losing weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit of 300 to 500 calories a day. I normally I don't stress about my calories, but just trying to educate you guys on what you should be taking and how to manipulate it to lose or maintain or gain weight. So I try to consume about 1,600 calories a day. And for example, my protein intake is 120 grams a day. I do all of my measurements in grams. The scale that I sent you guys, it's universal to, you can put whatever measurements that you want to use. I use grams. So like today I hit that, and it included like chicken and turkey and my protein and protein yogurts. Lots of like pumpkin seeds and let's see, what else did I have? Rice and lots of good things. So the biggest thing most people don't focus on is whole foods. I think too many people are consuming processed foods, and that's a big difference. Whenever you go to consume and like calculate all of your food, those processed foods really add up, and it's like you're eating nothing and you're still hungry. And that is the biggest difference. Because you can probably notice when people are eating healthier, it looks like they're eating a lot of food. It's because they're eating whole food. They're eating foods that we grow and animals that, it's whole food. It's not a processed cheeseburger at McDonald's and the fried chicken nuggets at Chick-fil-A. Whole foods, focus on that. And then some healthy fats, guys. There's like, you can go to Chick-fil-A and eat a milkshake. That's high in fat, but that's not the good fat. High in healthy fat would be avocados and eggs and nuts and olive oil and flax seeds. Those are really good for you. And then healthy carbs. I can't stress this enough. Carbs are not bad for you. You will not gain weight if you are eating carbs. Carbs are your source of energy. Carbs are good. Process and retrain your brain to know that you need carbs. There are bad carbs and there are good carbs. Good carbs are like sweet potatoes. If you like potatoes, eat the sweet potatoes, not the white potatoes, if you're trying to lose weight. Brown rice and fruits and vegetables, anything in fresh form, meaning it's broccoli or grapes. Those are great for weight loss. So if you're trying to lose weight, be in a calorie deficit, meaning take away the 300 to 500 calories that you're recommended, and then eat whole foods, get high protein. You do need carbs, and eat a healthy amount of fats that are recommended for you. And just remember that there are healthy foods and there are healthy foods for weight loss. There is a difference. Okay. I can eat lots of cereal, like high in fiber, but that's probably not the best cereal for me if I'm trying to lose weight. Okay. So just be conscious of that. So, if you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know. But I did put the link in the Goal Chasers chat. So you guys can go check that out. I put the scale that I use. I love it. It's super, super easy to use. And oh, my Fitness Pal app. That's how I put everything each day and how I keep track of everything. It's really simple. Once you put it in, it's there. Once you go to eat it again, it's something that you can always have, and oh, I know this meal is this amount of protein and this amount of whatever. So it just comes down to you plugging in your numbers, figuring it out, and listening to your body, but getting all the nutrition that you need. Proteins, carbs, and fats are necessary. So now we're going to go over to Sarah, and she's going to help us with ideas for meal prepping. I cannot wait to hear.
Yes, thank you, Jess. So I must say that I was quite shocked when Jess asked there, just because I feel like I'm not the most qualified person per se. But when she said I was really good at it, it kind of gave me that perspective, like, I've kind of learned a few things over the last few years because it's been a few-year journey that I've been trying to work on that. So I'm honored to share with you 3 meal prepping tips that I've learned these last few years. And these are my tips that I've learned. So meal prep tip number 1, plan your week. So there's a famous trainer who has their own nutrition program. Some of you may know her. If you do, type in the comments who said this quote. It's, being prepared isn't half the battle. It is the battle. And it couldn't be more true, you guys. Hear me out. You must make the time to plan your meals for the week. I can tell you, I've tried to wing my meals thinking, oh, I could just eat this for breakfast. I'll bring that for lunch, and I'll just see what the hubby wants to eat for dinner when it comes up. Yeah, that didn't always pan out as planned, because when you're hungry, you're looking for that quick meal, that snack that's easy to grab. And am I safe to say that it isn't always the best choice, right? So every Sunday after church, this is when I plan out my week. I literally get out a pen and paper, physically write down what I'm going to eat for the week: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Are you planning for just yourself, or do you need to include your spouse in this, or any other loved ones in your house? Like, these are things that you must figure out before you start prepping for the week. So now you might be thinking, like, that's a lot to prep for, which I don't blame you for thinking that. So I don't think you can handle preparing for the entire week. And I totally get that, which brings me to my second tip, meal prep number 2. So start with one meal at a time. Maybe for you, it's your breakfast that you prep ahead of time, or your dinners. Maybe it's the lunch that you bring to work that you can make ahead. Or if a meal sounds too overwhelming, then just start with your snacks. What healthy snacks can you have in your house? I can tell you, I try to over and over again where I prep my entire week, like all the meals. And guess what? It's doable, but it's not sustainable. Let's be realistic. Make baby steps. Start with one meal or snack at a time, and that'll last you for the long run, and that you don't get burnt out. So meal prep tip number 3 that I have is purchase some meal prep containers. They have those black ones. You guys have probably seen them with the clear lids. Or like us, we save the ones from when you order to go at restaurants and they give you the containers. We save those. And I've honestly have never purchased any meal prep containers. So, and then just to start, so just like our Plexus journey, just like our workout journeys, our nutrition and meal prepping journey is the same. Take that leap of faith and just start somewhere. So start trying out different meal prepping recipes. Find out ones that you don't like, ones that you do like. Save those ones that you do like. I can tell you, I have a chicken burrito bowl recipe I've shared in my stories. It's been a huge hit for both myself and with my husband. But I also made a sweet potato hash recipe that he wouldn't even touch. Like, he normally would try out my foods, but he didn't even touch that one. So even though I thought it was amazing, but having the meal containers itself just makes the process a whole heck of a lot easier. You just fill as many containers as you need for your week and you're done. So those are the 3 big tips that I've learned along the way. Plan your week. Start with just one meal or snack at a time. Grab some containers and just start. So, oh, my son caught a fish. So since Sunday was just a few days ago, I wanted to share with you some things that I prepared for this week. So for breakfast, I love hard-boiled eggs. They're simple, they're quick, they're filling. So I actually prep a dozen hard-boiled eggs that I could keep in the fridge for part of my breakfast. So, and for lunch, my husband, he likes to have some sort of salad on hand. Typically, I just mix up a bag of spinach with some bell peppers, cucumbers, some onions. I just throw it in a big bowl that we could just get out really easily and have our salad. But Sam's Club had their holiday thing come out in the mail, and they had in there the Waldorf salad. I've never tried it before, but it looked really good. So yes, I could have bought it, but I figured I can make it on my own. So I changed things up this week and I made that for as part of our lunch. Now we usually pair our salads with a protein shake, and this is where your lean shakes come in handy. So make sure you have what you need to mix up your favorite recipe. For dinner, as I mentioned earlier, that chicken burrito bowl is a huge hit. I made that like 3 weeks ago. I think I made it again this week. And also this weekend, the dinners we made on Saturday and Sunday, I usually don't meal prep those. Whatever leftovers you have for dinners that you do actually cook, put them in those meal prep containers, and boom, it's easy for grabbing when you need a good meal. For snacks this last week, I mean, actually every week, my kids know that every Sunday we make our granola balls, as what we call them, AKA the lean protein balls. So Alyssa, my daughter, she's become a mini professional on making those all by herself. She's 6 and she's made them all on her own. My son, he's grown interest in learning to make them too this last week, so he helped me. But both my husband and I enjoy those as a quick filling snack that we could just grab like out of the fridge. We keep them in the fridge. We just grab one or two when we need them. So other healthy snacks that I like to keep on hand all the time in my fridge include the Greek yogurt, baby carrots, apples, oranges, raw almonds, and then any other type of veggie that you have like in your fridge for the week. I highly recommend cutting them up, right? So I bought celery this last week for one of our dinners on the weekend. And if I don't cut that up, it's just going to sit there. Yes, I grabbed what I needed for that dinner, but otherwise I'm going to have celery stalks in the fridge, and I guarantee you they'll just sit there if I don't do anything with them. So I take them out, cut them up, rinse them off, and just throw them in a container. That way, if I need something, I could just grab some celery and peanut butter and have a quick snack too. So I'm going to share some recipes of my favorite dinners, my salads, and then also some snacks. So I'm going to share that in the chat, and then also in the Goal Crushers chat, I believe. So, and that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. I'm glad your son caught a fish too. That's exciting. Tell him congrats. Thank you so much. That was awesome. I loved all those tips, and I think we're all going to be able to take something away from that. And I definitely reuse and keep all of my takeout containers as well. That was everything. I don't like buying anything. So if I can keep it, that's what I use too. Okay. Casey, you are next with some basic fitness tips. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, awesome. Ready, set, go.
I'm just messing with you. I'm going to actually echo what Sarah said about, I can't believe you asked me to do this. Only because I can't stand talking. But so I started fitness probably right around when I got into Plexus. So about almost 2 years ago now. And it was easy in the beginning because the gym was still open. So I would go to the gym, I would do classes, and I really liked being part of like classes in a community. And like, even though I was just starting out, it was easier to be following somebody instead of like making my own stuff up and doing it at home. I was clueless. I tried a bunch of different things throughout my life, but like, I was just like, yeah, whatever. So I never really got into it until recently. Well, I guess 2 years ago, which is pretty whatever. So then the gym closed down and I had to like figure out what I was going to do. So I think I started with like Beachbody programs. So that was easy to follow too. And then I got into the Peloton app, which I didn't have a Peloton. I just had the app. So that's like my backstory. So that's how it started. But really, in all honesty, you just need to start small. Like you don't need all the fancy equipment. You don't need the $50 gym membership. You don't need all that kind of stuff. Like there are free workouts on YouTube, you can find like things on Pinterest. I mean, it's really just about moving your body every single day in some kind of way. You don't have to be crazy about it. You don't have to be like me where I'm crazy and I work out probably way too much and get yelled at for not resting enough from everybody. Which rest is also so important, like when you are into like fitness routines. But really, like you could just use, and like if you don't have weights at your house, you could use like things around your house to like water bottles, soup cans, like if you wanted to get into strength training, which I highly recommend doing some kind of strength training in your movements, because you actually end up burning more fat that way in the long run. Like you can do all the cardio and you'll lose weight. But when you do actual strength training, you are still burning calories after you're done working out and building muscle. So that's something that I've learned in the last 2 years. I'd be like, oh, well, I'll just like run miles, or I'll just bike, or like I'll just do a bunch of cardio, which, yeah, it's going to get you to like where you want to be, but like it's not so much, I guess I would say, sustainable in a way. You want to like, incorporate other moves. You don't want to get bored in your workouts. So you want to kind of do different things throughout the week. Like I'll do, some days I'll do like Mondays, I do legs. Like I have a routine going on, but really like you don't even need to have that. You just need to move. Like all I can say is like moving is so important. It's as important as nutrition. Nutrition is way, way important though, because you can move all you want and you can sit there and eat junk and drink and whatever, and you're not going to lose any weight. Take it from me, because I like to do that. I like to not do what I'm supposed to do, but I like to tell everyone what they should be doing, and I don't listen to myself. So what else did I have in here? And just don't be afraid. Like I will just like say it over and over again. Do not be afraid of strength training. Like it is the best. Like you might not feel that like instant sweat and whatever, like it just, sometimes you'll be like, oh my God, I didn't even feel like anything, but like it changes. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like so much better that I started strength into my routine. And I personally work out to stay sane. Honestly, like it has changed my mindset. Like if I do not work out or I do not move my body in some way, I go crazy. And that's just me. Like, and I used to not be like that. Like but I just never realized how much exercise plays a role in your like body. I sleep better. I just feel better. I've actually gained weight since I started Plexus, but I am 4 sizes smaller in my clothes. Like it's insane. I hate the scale, throw it out, don't even step on it. I can say that over and over again too, but yeah, I have like gained 10 pounds but you would never know because I just move like every single day somehow. I mean, it helps that I have toddlers too running around in this house, but But so I didn't like make up any exercise programs or anything like that for tonight, but I can, if you do have any questions and you want to like just know basic stuff, and I can definitely help you. That's what I'm going to try to get into in my life. I'm going to change my nursing career into a personal training career and start educating people instead of the other. But that's all I got. Thanks, Jess.
Yay. Thank you, Casey. I loved it. That was awesome. And ladies, please, just like she said, she cannot stress enough about throwing out the scale and lifting weights. You are not going to be bulky. Do not think that. I used to think that before I was educated. You will not get bulky. We are women, and the way we are built, we are going to burn fat, not get bulky. Now, if you start consuming too many carbs and bulking or in weight training, you will bulk. So that is why just do the basics, figure out what your body needs, and move your body. But go weight train. It doesn't have to be 1,000 pounds. It can be a little 2-3 pound dumbbell, and just go move. Be consistent every day. And just like Sarah said, just like Casey said, and even me, we all got started and we didn't know everything when we got started. We just got started. We're not perfect. We're never going to say that. I can say that for all of us. We are not perfect. We live a balanced lifestyle, and we're happy. We've come so far, but we started and we feel amazing. And it's taken us years to be able to share some more information and help educate people. But it's just getting started. I can tell you I'm not, definitely not somebody out there on TikTok or on YouTube saying I'm a professional and I'm this and that. But people start somewhere. And I think with all of us just having a really close community, yes, it's definitely a journey that we can all just share our tips and tricks and what has worked for us and be there for one another. I mean, that's what we are. We're all a team. We do this together. And I absolutely love sharing information and educating people, like the little things that we can do to make changes to see results and feel better. So, is there any questions? Is there anything that you guys um, maybe want to ask anybody here? Anybody? No? Okay, awesome. That was a great Zoom. I appreciate you guys hopping on tonight. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you so much, Casey. I appreciate you guys, and you guys have a great rest of your night. Thanks for hopping on.